Quick, Hermione, run! It's the Grim!
If there is one thing the Harry Potter films got wrong, it's not the casting, the music, or even the pacing. It's that they forgot what made the book so devastating in the first place.
Now, if there's a Tibetan turnip that will allow me to breathe underwater for an hour, then great.
The movies are incredible, don't get me wrong, but here's the thing. They stripped out entire character arcs, cut scenes that explained everything, and straight up changed how the story ended. And I'm about to show you the 22 differences that prove it.
Freshwater versus saltwater.
You're telling me this now? You must be joking.
Some of these are small. Some of them absolutely ruined the emotional weight of the entire final book. But here's where it gets interesting. The ones that hurt the most aren't the action scenes they cut. They're the quiet moments with the people you loved. Let's start with something that seems big, but actually isn't. The Quidditch World Cup finale, the one where Ireland wins but Bulgaria's seeker catches the snitch. That entire match happens in Goblet of Fire. We see the stadium, the crowd, the anticipation building through the whole tournament setup. And then the movie just skips it. Cuts straight to the closing ceremony.
You told me my parents died in a car crash.
A car crash?
You get the atmosphere, but you don't get to see Harry actually watch something exciting happen for once. It's a strange omission because the book dedicates like 30 pages to it, and the movie has the setup right there. Here's one nobody talks about. Teddy Lupin, Remus and Tonks's son, barely exists in the films. In the books, Harry becomes Teddy's godfather, which mirrors the whole Sirius and Harry godfather circle that the entire story pivots around.
The Ministry of Magic does not wish me to tell you this. But not to do so, I think, would be an insult to his memory.
But the movies reduce Teddy to a literal baby scene and maybe a name mention. It's weird because it's the perfect callback to character arcs. It completes a circle. And then the movies just don't bother. This one's small, but it matters. Harry had personality in the books. There's this perfect scene where Umbridge tells him to call her Sir because she's a female authority figure. And Harry just says, "There's no need to call me Sir, Professor." That casual smackdown, the movie didn't want it. And it's not the only time. Movie Harry is angrier and more serious.
He's got Padfoot. He's got Padfoot at the place where it's hidden.
Book Harry is sarcastic as hell, which makes the actual anger hit harder when it comes. Winky, the Crouch House Elf who goes insane after Crouch Sr. loses her, doesn't exist in the movies. And that's a problem because Winky is the entire emotional link to the Crouch mystery. In the books, she's traumatized, she's drinking butterbeer, she's broken.
What terrible things? Who's plotting them?
And it explains why Barty Crouch Jr. could infiltrate Hogwarts so easily. The movie tells you he did it. The book shows you through Winky why nobody realized what was happening. There's a scene where Dumbledore visits the Dursleys and Dudley actually tries to thank Harry. The scene was filmed. Daniel Radcliffe and Harry Melling did it. And then it got cut. Dudley says, "I don't think you're a waste of space. It's awkward, it's uncomfortable, and it's the only moment in the entire series where Dudley stops being a cartoon villain and becomes a scared kid."
I don't think you're a waste of space.
Thanks.
That matters more than you'd think. Now, this is where we start getting into the real problems. In the book, Barty Crouch Jr. is this incredible mystery. You don't find out it's him until the very end because he's been under the invisibility cloak, teaching defense against the dark arts the whole time. The reveal is huge. The mystery is huge. But in the movie, he's basically outed immediately. You see him drinking the potion, the mystery's gone, and he's just a maniac in the corner. It deflates the entire Goblet of Fire climax.
R.A.B. is Sirius's brother.
Yes. Question is, did he actually destroy the real Horcrux?
In the books, Harry finds a shard of the two-way mirror that Sirius gave him in Order of the Phoenix. It's emotionally devastating because he finds it after Sirius dies, and it means Sirius was trying to talk to him the whole time. In the movie, the shard just shows up in his pocket. No setup, no wait, no sense that Sirius was reaching out to him. It's a 1-second moment that kills an entire subplot. The Astronomy Tower scene in the book is chaos. Death Eaters flood Hogwarts. There's this incredible moment where they're taunting Snape about being a coward, and then everything falls apart.
Should I divulge how I truly lost my power?
The movie reduces it to Death Eaters walk in, Snape kills Dumbledore, they walk out. Where's the siege? Where's the tension? It's like watching someone explain the plot instead of experiencing it.
There will be no foolish wand-waving or silly incantations in this class.
In the books, Peter Pettigrew dies in a way that's almost poetic. He's given a silver hand by Voldemort, the hand he used to help bring Voldemort back, and that same hand ends up killing him. There's irony there. There's character. In the movie, he gets hit with a spell, and that's pretty much it. The specific horror of his death, being killed by the thing he thought would protect him, completely vanishes.
I thought you were serious. What would you have done? What would you have done?
Here's the thing. In the books, finding Horcruxes feels like detective work. They have to research. They have to think. They have to understand what they're looking for. In the movies, especially the Deathly Hallows stuff, the Horcruxes basically vibrate when they're nearby. It's convenient, and it's way less satisfying than Harry actually figuring things out.
Harry Potter, I want you to look at me when I kill you. I want to see the light leave your eyes.
The movies turn the trio into detectives. The books make them into scholars. Ginny in the books is a firecracker. She's funny. She's brave. She literally fights in the Battle of Hogwarts. Movie Ginny is kind of just there. She barely speaks. The romance with Harry happens off-screen in the movie. And by the time they get to the Deathly Hallows epilogue, it's like, oh right, these two are a thing, aren't they? The book spends so much time building why Ginny matters that the ending lands. The movie just has her smile occasionally.
What is it, Ginny?
Snape knows. He knows that Harry was spotted in Hogsmeade.
Now this is where we start talking about the scenes that fundamentally break you. In the books, Harry goes to St. Mungo's hospital for magical maladies and injuries with the Weasleys, and they visit Neville's parents. His parents, Alice and Frank, were tortured into insanity by Death Eaters. They're broken. And there's this moment where Alice gives Neville a gum wrapper, not even recognizing him. It's one of the most emotionally devastating scenes in the entire series. The movie doesn't visit St. Mungo's at all. It completely removes the weight of what Neville's been carrying the whole time.
Why do you wear that thing, Dobby?
This, sir, 'tis a mark of the House Elves' enslavement.
You never truly understand what the war has already cost him. Here's what kills me. SPEW, the Society for the Promotion of Elfish Welfare, gets removed from the movies and people think it's just a quirky Hermione thing.
Well, I expect they've been... Hang on. How do you know my friends haven't been writing to me?
But here's where it gets even crazier. SPEW is why Hermione and Ron's relationship works. She's advocating for house elf rights. He's skeptical at first, but comes around. And it's about them understanding each other's values. That's foundational. It's foundational. And more importantly, SPEW is the entire thematic core of the series. Systemic prejudice. The wizarding world is built on the oppression of other magical beings. The movies remove this entirely, which means they also remove the moral complexity of Harry's world.
Was it in this house?
Filthy mad blood Death Eaters will come in your blood, traitor Weasley.
Answer her.
He's not fighting against an evil dictator in a vacuum. He's fighting against a whole system of exploitation that existed long before Voldemort. There's a moment in Chamber of Secrets where Harry lies to Dumbledore, and Dumbledore gets angry. Not disappointed, angry.
Harry, did you put your name in a goblet of fire?
No, sir.
You asked one of the oldest students to do it for you?
No, sir.
The book says he speaks calmly, which is terrifying because you know he's absolutely furious beneath the surface. The movie just has him be disappointed in his typical wise mentor way. And yes, this seems small, but Dumbledore was supposed to be complex. He had emotions. He could be flawed. The movies turned him into a saint. The books revealed he was something far more interesting. The books spend real time on Dumbledore's youth, his relationship with Grindelwald, his sister Ariana, the tragedy that shaped him. This isn't backstory fluff. It's why Dumbledore understands Voldemort, why he's cautious, why he spent his life trying to prevent another war. The movies almost entirely skip this. They give you, maybe 20 seconds of exposition? Dumbledore in the films is just a wise old man. Dumbledore in the books is someone who's been through unimaginable darkness and chosen a different path. That context makes him infinitely more interesting.
Sirius Black is in the topmost cell of the Dark Tower. You know the laws, Miss Granger. You must not be seen.
This is a problem that ripples through the entire series. In the books, you eventually figure out that Moony, Wormtail, Padfoot, and Prongs are Remus, Peter, Sirius, and James. It's this incredible reveal that explains everything about these characters. And crucially, it explains why Harry's Patronus is a stag, because it's his father's shape. When Harry learns this, it lands with emotional weight. In the movies, the Marauders are mentioned in passing, the reveals happen off-screen or out of focus, and Harry's Patronus is just his Patronus. The connection to his father is severed, and that matters because the series is fundamentally about Harry learning who his parents were. Here's one that gets people upset, but I'm gonna say it. Ron got destroyed in the films. In the books, Ron is brave. He makes the tough calls. He figures out the strategy when others are panicking. He's got this incredible moment where he sacrifices himself in the chess game, and it's not because he's clumsy, it's because he understands the cost of winning. Movie Ron is comic relief. He falls over, he stammers, he bumbles through scenes.
She'll pay for that one, Malfoy. Eat slugs!
And I get that some of that is the acting style, but the writing turns him into a sidekick when the books made him a strategist. By the time you get to Deathly Hallows, Ron's supposed to have this incredible arc where he doubts Harry, leaves them, and comes back. But if Ron's been comic relief the whole time, his doubt doesn't hit hard enough. His return doesn't mean anything, and this is a narrative choice that changes everything. In the books, Harry uses the Elder Wand to duel Voldemort, and then he returns it to Dumbledore's tomb. He's rejecting the power it represents. He's making a conscious choice to not be the Master of Death, to not be special, to just be Harry. In the movie, Harry snaps it. It's a violent, destructive action. And yes, the wand breaks, so the result's the same, but the meaning is completely different. The book is about choosing humility. The movie is about destroying the symbol of power. Those are opposite messages. And now we get to the biggest one. The most impactful difference between the books and the movies. In the book, Voldemort dies publicly. Harry defeats him in front of everyone, and then his body turns to ash. He's completely disintegrated. There's no body, no proof, nothing left. It's simultaneously a victory and a horror. He's so far beyond human that he doesn't even leave a corpse. In the movie, Voldemort dies alone with Harry, and his body turns to ash that drifts around a bit. And here's the thing, that's a smaller moment. It's quieter, it's less impactful. The book makes Voldemort's defeat public, which matters because his entire reign of terror was about fear. When everyone sees him destroyed, when everyone sees he was just human after all, the fear breaks. The movies turn it into a one-on-one duel that happens off-screen from everyone else. It undermines the entire thematic weight of the ending. Voldemort doesn't die as a public humiliation. He dies as a secret. And that changes everything about what the war actually meant. The thing about these differences is that none of them are small. Each one strips away a little bit of the character development, the emotional stakes, the moral complexity that made the books so devastating. The movies are beautiful, they're entertaining, they're incredible adaptations in their own right.
When the connection is broken, you must get to the portkey. We can linger for a moment to give you some time, but only a moment, you understand?
But they're missing the soul of the source material. They're missing the quiet moments, the character arcs that unfold over years. The sense that everyone's paying a price for this war. The books ask, what does it cost to survive? The movies ask, can Harry beat Voldemort? And those are very different questions. If you want to see how the story actually ends, or if you want to understand why these character arcs matter so much, go back and read the books. But if you want to understand why the films made these choices, check out the video where I break down the filmmakers' biggest creative decisions. See you there.